Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope all of you are doing well. As promised in my previous video, I want to show you some programs on list so that you can get some clear idea about how lists are working on Python. Okay, so let's do some. As if you remember that in the previous video we have seen how the different methods or functions are working on list. Now I will show you some programs so that you can know how list is used in Python. Okay, so my first program will be, suppose my question is to get the largest element in the list. To get the largest element in the list. Suppose I have a list, and inside the list, what is the largest element I need to find? How to write this code? Suppose I am using the concept of functions. All of you know the concept of function, and give the function name as max, list, or anything. The name is your choice, you can give anything. Inside this I am passing some list1. Suppose this list will be passed obviously in future. Right now I am just defining as a parameter, and inside this suppose I am defining max1 equal to max1 or m, you can say m, equal to m, just a variable where I am putting the 0th element of list. Just I am saving the 0th element of this list to a variable called m. Suppose, why I am telling you, right now just I am saving the 0th element of list 1, whatever list 1 will be there, to m. Now I am iterating over the list, suppose for I in list 1, and during iteration I am just finding if my I means all the elements from the list is greater than m. M is the 0th element, so I will iterate and find whether all the elements of this list 1 will be greater than m or not. If greater, that means the 0th element is not the maximum one, I need to find the largest na. So I am just putting any element. This is a way of finding the largest element in any programming language. So I am just putting any values from the list to a variable. I am just checking if that variable is less than or greater than to other variable in the list. So if I find that any other variable is greater than m is the 0th position, that means that I is the maximum value. Obviously, that means I am storing in max, not max, sorry, in m the value of I, because that is the maximum. Done my job. I am just returning the value of m, or you can print. I am returning, you can print also. Done. Now call this function. This is just a definition. Now call this function max underscore list and pass some list of your choice. Any list you can pass. Suppose one float, one integer, this is another integer, suppose like that. Pass any values. It will give you the output about the maximum value. In this situation it should give me the output as m is 100. Done. So this is the code how you can find the largest element into the list. Now change this list of your choice and see the result. Okay, this is a program how you can use the list. Okay, let's do another one to check whether a list is empty or not. I want to just check whether a list is empty or not, and for this suppose I am using an empty list. You know how to use an empty list. You can use a list with some values also, but suppose I am using an empty list and I am checking if not L, not is a just operator. So not L, if not L, that means nothing is there in L. If this is true, if nothing is there in L, then suppose I am printing that the list is empty. I am just checking, right? If anything is there, then it will not print. In else part you can write else, suppose the list is not empty, list is not empty. First do with an empty list. Suppose this is an empty list, so it should give you list is empty. Run this. Yes, list is empty. Now do something, put some values inside this, any value, just put some values. Now it should give you list is not empty, because this will not true, because not means nothing in list, but there is something in list. So it should give you list is not empty. Run this. List is not empty. Okay, so depending on the question you have to do. If the question is to check whether a list is empty or not, you have to pass an empty list and check. After that you can pass an list with some values, then check. But this is how you can do. Okay, this is another program. Let me do something. Let me create an user defined list. User defined list means till now, if you notice that we have used some list and we have passed the values inside the list, like 1, 2, something like that. I don't want that. I want a list which will be created with the help of the values given by user. That is what is called user defined list. Now how to create that? First of all, again create an empty list. Suppose L1 is equal to this one. Then as you want to create a list with user defined values, that means you have to take the values from user. Very simple. Now how to take the values from user? With the help of the input function. But as it is a list which is a collection of different elements, that means you have to take from user many elements, maybe 4, 5, 10, that is your choice, but you have to collect from user many elements. So let me use a for loop. For I in, suppose range, I am using 5. I am giving a very small value, otherwise I have to pass many values. That can you can do. Okay, so I am passing something, range is equal to 5, so that I am very lazy. I don't want to pass so many of values, only 5 values I need to pass. You can try with any other values. So for I in range 5, suppose I have written, and inside this, suppose inside A, I am using input function. Enter values. Okay, you can use eval also, you may not use eval also. I am just showing you, I just want to show you something. Suppose I am not using eval, then what will happen? I need to show you just like that. So inside the range function you are calling this. That means what? This input function will iterate 5 times. That means it will take 5 values from the user. Okay guys, fine. Now inside the list itself I am using, inside the loop itself I am using L dot append, and inside this append I am not passing any value, rather I am passing A, because you know that in previous videos you have seen that append is appending at the end. If there is an empty list also, it will append one by one the values. Now what values you are entering? You are entering the values which will be given by user, and that is my job, to create a user defined list. Okay, so if you run this, first of all it will ask you for values. Now you can give any values, even you can pass strings also, you can pass integer, you can pass float, you can pass any value. Now just see the list. Now all these values has been taken and it has appended on L automatically, because I have used. First time user is given 2.3, it has appended. Second time Moshita, it has appended. Third time this, it has appended, obviously at the end of the list. Now if you print L, all the values are there, 2.3, Moshita, 25, 2.5, 45, all the values are there. But as you are using only input function, all the values are giving you in the string format, because you know that I have told you already that whenever you are using only input function, it will take as a string input. So all these things are as a string input, no issue. This is also maybe a case, but if you ask me that no, I don't want the values as a string inside the list, I want, if it is a string, it is a string, if it is an integer, it is an integer or float. Can I? Yes, use eval, no issue. Just let me do. Remember this output, this is the output whenever you are not using eval. Now suppose I am using eval. Now just see what is happening. Here also I am using some strings maybe. Now see what is the output. oh sorry, it's my mistake, it is L1 and it should be L1, sorry, it's my mistake, because these two should be same, otherwise this L is what, L is actually the previous list, somewhere I have used L or something, maybe before using all these things I have used somewhere L. Yeah, this just now I have used L dot append, so it has added, it is appending, so it's my mistake, sorry, it should be L1 dot append. Now write. And you print L1. This is. Now the thing is that the string is taking as a string and all other values are taking as normal numbers. But if you are not using eval, then all the values are taking as a string. This is the concept of input. But this is how you can use an user defined list. First of all, create an empty list, then take the values from the user either with the input or without with eval or without eval, it's your choice, and then inside this list only append these values, and whatever values user will give, it will be added to L1 like this. Okay, keep in mind all this concept. Let me do another program, and the program is supposed to sum all the elements in a list. I want to sum up all the elements in a list. That means don't give any string, because if there is string then you can sum up. So create a list with only numbers. Then suppose I want all the numbers to be added, whatever the numbers inside the list, all the numbers to be added. How can we do this? Again, I am using a function. Suppose the function name I am giving as sum list, you can give your own name, it's your choice. Suppose I am passing an argument which is also items, suppose this is also of my choice, you can give any parameter, name of the parameter can anything. Suppose I am using a variable called suppose sum numbers equal to 0, just a variable I defined with 0. What is the use? I am showing you. After that I am checking for I in, or always I, for x in items. That means I am iterating over these items which obviously the user will pass, and I am just checking, first of all I am iterating over these items, and sum underscore numbers plus equal to x. I am just iterating over these items, putting one item inside the x, and I am just summing up. Sum numbers is 0 plus the first value. Second times whenever it will again iterate over these items, this values plus the second value, like this it will iterate. Done. And I am just returning this particular number, this one. I am just returning this one. Done. Now call this function and pass any list. It will give you the sum of these three values. Okay, now here also you can use user defined list. Suppose inside this I am directly passing the list. Take a list, suppose which is L2, an empty list suppose I am taking, and suppose again just like previous I am taking some values from user with eval obviously, enter some values, and I am appending on L2 dot append this B. I am appending. First of all take values, suppose, and be very careful, pass only integer or float. Suppose 1.2, then 2, then 3, then 5, then suppose 1. So now just see what is your L2. L2 is this one. Now pass this L2. Don't pass this, pass this L2 here. Run this, you will get 12.2. Just sum up all these things. 5 plus 3 will be 8, plus 2 will be 9, then 10, then 1.2, which is 5 plus 3 will be 8 plus 2, sorry, 5 plus 3 will be 8, plus 2 will be 10, then 1 plus 1 will be 11, then 1.2 which is 12.2. Done. So this is how you can sum up all the elements in a list. And during doing this, you can pass user defined list or you can pass a simple list. Okay guys, so this is how you can use list in Python and work on some function. Okay, thank you so much for watching.